Today is Monday, which means that we have exactly 1 week until next Monday. So I have written down a list of things that I want to try to get done day by day. Try to stick to the schedule so we can actually get a bunch of stuff knocked out. If you think that I can accomplish this each and every day, go ahead and smack that like button. Looks like Dad's just getting here, and we are going to get busy.
Good morning.
Lots and lots of stuff to do.
Busy.
Yeah, this last week that we have until next week. All the gutters on this house work fine, but they're ugly. Also, behind the gutters, there's been a bit of damage on the fascia. I can't fix the fascia without taking off the gutters. I'm not putting the old gutters back on because they're ugly. So I'm gonna rip off the gutters all the way around the whole house, fix up the fascia, and then have a company come out and replace them with all brand spanking new, bright white, 5-inch seamless gutters all the way around the whole house.
My bike in your way?
Yeah, I was actually just gonna ask you to move it. I'm gonna get Dad to move his bike a little bit so I don't drop anything on it. I got all the gutters down off of the house. It got too warm. I had to go home and change while I had lunch. So most of the fascia is actually in really good condition. There's only a few spots I'm gonna have to take completely back out and replace. In fact, one spot, it looked like it had been done before because there's this little chunk that was replaced at one point. I'm gonna get everything all cleaned up, get all of this old gutters probably put into my truck, and I'm gonna keep it, recycle it into something else someday. And yep. Dad's making noise behind me. It is right at 4 o'clock now. The next step is going to be pressure washing. Well, I'm wet. I'm pretty happy with how everything is looking this morning. It's still trying to dry out. I did definitely put a lot of water pushed into that stone, so it's going to take a bit to get completely dry, but the parts that are nice and clean. very, very much improvement. I have one section of the back wall yet, and then the side wall, and then the whole house is power washed. Molly is at the store right now getting the paint. As soon as she's back, I'm gonna start painting the fascia, get that done so that when gutters get installed next week, it'll be ready for them. So with that, all the pressure washing on the house is done. I went home and got lunch and got a shower because I was disgusting. That leaves us to this one spot on this one wall. Let me show you. I was kind of wondering if this would end up happening. So after pressure washing, it was able to completely expose all of the bits of stuff that was rotten or broken or holes or whatever, all of it. I'm going to be able to fix most of it with just proper caulk, a couple layers of paint. It's going to work out really well. This section, however, not so much. When I pressure washed this, it ended up showing that the material behind the paint was all blown apart. So when I hit it with the pressure washer, it just exploded. I can't replace this section of wall with what's here. They don't make it anymore. So unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to just take it all off and replace the whole thing, probably just with some T111 to match the rest of the house. Wasn't anticipating that, don't want to do that, but I need to make it right. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, 9 a.m. That was as far as I got yesterday. Slap wore out. So I'm definitely not going to just keep showing you me painting everything because it's really repetitive. I'm going to try to get the first coat on the fascia all the way around today. Hopefully start on the second coat. Today's Wednesday, so today, Thursday and Friday, I should be able to get everything painted so that the gutters can go on. That's the goal. So let's do a little time travel for you and we'll jump forward to it being done. And now it is 6 p.m. and it's all done all the way around the entire house. All the fascia, 2 coats, ready for gutters. That wasn't all that I did today though. So now let's go back in time and see what else happened today. So true to form, of course, Lowe's stopped selling the exterior handrails for a deck. They used to sell them, but I guess they thought that maybe those weren't important anymore, so they stopped selling them, at least at my local store. So I've got to take a break from painting for a few minutes. I picked up the very most nicest looking board that I could find, and I'm just going to make one. Thankfully, I was actually able to find one with no knots in it, which is amazing, so definitely feel blessed there. There we go. I'm just gonna sand the top of it and it'll be done.
So I'm inside painting while Barry is outside painting. I'm trying to get the rest of the walls done, that I can pause on the inside and join him outside, and I'll just have the trim paint and primer to put on. So just doors and miles of trim.
It ain't done yet today though. I am gonna go grab a bite to eat and then haul my lawnmower back over here and mow this grass because it's definitely getting a little tall. Yesterday while I was finishing up painting the sills, Dad got the whole deck done. Pretty happy with it. It's definitely the strongest deck that I've been part of building. Where all the codes have changed, yeah, they have to be built really strong now, so I'm happy. I'm gonna actually move the inside the house today because I got all the fascia ready for the gutters to be put on. I'm gonna sort of switch gears, do a bunch of little detail stuff inside, try to get it all buttoned up in here, put in some lights, drink some coffee, finish up the bathroom sink, drink more coffee, work on the garage door openers, you know, that kind of stuff. Here in the main bathroom, Dad has the vanity light installed, and after it was installed, we realized that the box that it's on is ever so slightly off center from the middle of the mirrors. Most people probably wouldn't even notice, but Molly and I both certainly did. And even if somebody doesn't necessarily know exactly why it looks weird, it looks weird. It's just one of those things. So Molly has picked out a different light. This is a bar that goes all the way across. It's also substantially wider, so both of the sinks will get a little bit more light on the face for, you know, putting on makeup and stuff. Wow, yeah, that's a lot more light, definitely. So I centered it and I lowered it as much as I could without exposing the box. I ended up having to punch a hole in the plate and move where the wires came through so that it would actually work like that. Here in the master bath, we have this light over the sink. It is a 2 fixture, and I'm actually going to put the 3 fixture here instead. And we'll do something else with the little 2 fixture. Might just take it home or something or whatever. I think that's going to give more light in here, which is probably beneficial. Oh yeah, I think that's a lot better. It's just more light in here anyway. When we first bought this house, the 3 garage door openers functioned. These 2 in the main area didn't have any remotes, but they are the programmable type. And the one that's over in the workshop area has the little dip switches, non-programmable. So I went and got some remotes, programmed them, they worked fine. But then this one started its own life of its own. It would randomly go up and down. I went through a bunch of different testing things on it. It's pretty much shot. So I need to replace that opener. But I'm not gonna have just one new opener. That's a bit goofy. I've already replaced this side. This is a Genie 7055 model. It actually has a battery backup, which is really cool. I was able to find them at a decent price. I just bit the bullet, went ahead and got them both. This area of Virginia, the power goes out 2 or 3 times a year. Last year, I think we were out for like a week at one stretch. So having the battery backup would be really cool. So you can open your garage doors if there's no power. These are also really quiet. These are the belt driven ones. Really nice. So what I'm gonna do is take the one unit that was working good and I'm going to install it into this shop area. I have it there on the ground. And replace it with the one that just had the dip switches, and then put the other new one that I have on this side. That way all 3 will be remote controlled. All 3 of them will have a little remote, and all 3 of them are going to work correctly. I put the new light in the 4th bedroom, and I got both of the sinks in the main bathroom all plumbed up and operating. Well, despite my very best efforts to prevent it, it's Friday again. I don't know how this keeps happening. Both of the garage door openers in the main part of the garage and the one in the little workshop are all done, except for the outside buttons I need to put on. I didn't get everything programmed so it all works correctly. So I'm gonna get that taken care of real quick, and then I am gonna spend a little bit of time getting this garage cleaned up. Hopefully take a whole load of stuff away from here. Dad's working on getting the last bit.
See this? I can't seem to get away from this. It just never ends. One little spot here. This has to be fireproof, or fire resistant.
Yeah.
So I got to patch all the little holes. It just never ends.
Yep.
With the spackle.
So again, this is a firewall. It's code to have it between the living space and the garage. So that's where we're at. Let's jump into some time lapse. Or so I thought. I was going to get a bunch of stuff done today. I have literally just loaded my truck. One time. Well, actually twice. But that's like an hour's worth of work. It's already almost 5 o'clock. And guess what I've been doing all day? I got to pretend to be a mechanic, which I am not. But no worries, I felt like I got a lot done, and we are swimming right along with this. It shan't be long. So like and subscribe and all that stuff. See ya.